Climate change will bring with it severe economic dislocation if not addressed soon. This from Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, Clarence Rambharat. While speaking at the Met Office's Climate Outlook Forum, the minister spoke of the challenges farmers and fisherfolk endure with the change in climate conditions. Agriculture Minister Clarence Rambharat said if the appropriate measures aren't implemented, it could potentially damage the agri-sector.
We will lead to abandonment of agriculture, abandonment of fisheries as livelihoods, and we will create even more severe economic dislocation in rural communities. I think in terms of adaptation and adaptation strategy, it's always going to be everything in terms of long-term or short-term planning has to be driven by data.
In terms of developing a strategy for climate change, he said the issue of risk identification must be dealt with first. The minister added that rain accompanied by floods will come, but the real issue is what we will do when they come.
What is falling from the sky, I can't control that. My job is to deal with when it comes and what happens when it comes down here. And flood is a risk, and flood arises essentially from rainfall, and the place to deal with it is when it comes.
He pointed out that the changes in climate can also affect our ability to feed ourselves.
In terms, and I don't want to say the long-term view because it is upon us already, climatic action, climate change will bring with it severe economic dislocation if we do not address it. Rural communities depend heavily on agriculture. Every time somebody talks about agriculture's contribution to GDP and they talk about it being flatlined at 0.4% contribution to GDP, I say to them, drive from Matlot to Marak and you would see that agriculture contributes more than 50% to economic activity.
Minister Rambharat suggested that the Met Office make some of the information on their site more user-friendly for the public to easily understand the info they put out.
I have to always take things from the Met Office and send it to more intelligent people who break it down for me to say, all right, this means rain coming. Right? So I just think that in terms of the stakeholders who I represent, and they're much smarter and more experienced than I am, that our information becomes more understandable.
The Agri-Minister also encouraged the Met Office to be more up-to-date in their postings on social media, as he has observed that after Friday, there are no postings until Monday.